Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool video for you today. This is a kind of quirky one. This is VTech's Socrates educational video game system from 1988. This was designed for little kids, and I've never had one of these, so we got this in the other day. Whenever people come in with these, they always think this kind of stuff's like valuable because it's fairly rare. You don't see them very often anymore. But really, it was kind of like just an education system for little kids, so it never really took off that much, and they're not in very high demand anymore because all the games were little, like, you know, learning numbers games and stuff like that, and there's tons of systems that do stuff like that and probably do it better, actually. So even though it's kind of a rare system, it's not really worth a bunch of money. But we got one in, and I'd never had one, so I figured we'd plug it up and test it out and see how the thing works. And you guys can leave your comments below if you've had one of these when you were little. So we got one in, and it's got all kinds of stuff with it. It's got the actual system, which is this big deck. This is the keyboard. It comes loose, and it's got wireless. It's a wireless receiver. It's got some of the manuals with it. It's got several of the games. It's got the power supply, and it's even got the touchpad. So we got a whole mess of stuff for it. So I figured we would try it out first. So I looked in the manual. Program manual, and it looks like that the actual system, you can see it's yellowed a lot too over the years, that the actual system will do some stuff just on its own. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the power supply. You can see it's a DC 12 volt power supply, which is actually what this is. It's a VTech DC 12 volt power supply, so it's actually the one that came with it apparently. So we're going to plug it up and see what happens. It's also got just an RF connector. So we're going to plug it up on this little old 13-inch TV that we have because we've got a good RF connector on it. So I'll plug in the power supply, and I'll get the cable, and we'll plug it up and see what this sucker does. So we are up and running. You plug the thing in. Let me turn up the volume a little bit because I think it has a lot of sounds and stuff. It says select an activity. So 1 is math problems, 2 is word problems. I don't have any game in it or anything. 3 is word games, 4 is musical games, 5 is super painter, and 6 is demo. So let's try musical games. So this is their little keyboard. It just sits up on the top, and you put batteries in it, and it has a little infrared connection. Whenever you hit a button, it says signal transmitting. These little things here are joysticks. You can actually pull those out. But then of course you got a keyboard. So I guess we're going to hit 4 and see if anything happens. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Select a game, memory tone, demo song, learn a song, follow me. Let's follow them. Okay. I guess to like a 4-year-old, that would be pretty cool. I messed it up, people. They're making it too complicated for me, people. Alright, you get the point. So, I guess that's how that works. How do we reset it? Let's try going to the menu. Oh no, not this part again. Oh, okay, it's the main screen. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is we have this thing for it. The talking system voice cartridge. I have no clue if that just adds things to everything or just a specific game that needs this. So we'll slide this in. You can see that you can see it through the window there. And let's see if that changed anything. Okay, so I found a setting on the camera to make it a little better. So we'll show you what it does with the talking piece in. Now remember how the little audio jingle played at the beginning. So that's all new.
Hello, let's learn and play together.
1988, baby. Very cool. Now that's what it was playing before, so let's see if it changes everything.
Select an activity.
Select an activity.
Musical game. Select a game.
So basically, it's going to.
Two.
So basically, it's going to read a lot of the stuff and blah 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 because you have the talking thing in. All right, so that's pretty cool. So next, I want to show you some of the games. So these things had little cartridges that look like little floppy disks. And so we've got a few of them. We've got State to State, which is awareness. And we've got Numbers, Shapes, and Letters, which goes with the touchpad. And we've got Memory Mania, people, which is a brain teaser. And we've got Amazing Mazes, which is a brain teaser. So let's try State to State. Let's see how y'all's state knowledge of U.S. states is. So it pops in this sign. Oop, I should have turned it off probably before I did that. Surely they made it where children can't destroy it. State to State. There we go.
Select an activity.
That's pretty cool how it like speaks everything if you've got that little thing in there. Let's see here. Let's do Mystery State, people. That's always fun.
Select a level.
We're going to do level 1.
1. Select a mode.
1 player mode.
1.
Yeah. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. Okay. Welcome to the Mystery State. Okay. What is this state's name? Why, I believe that would be North Dakota.
Yes, you are right.
I'm right. Okay, let's try another one. Indian picture, writing covers, writing rock. What is the capital? Ooh, that's a little harder, isn't it? So I'm going to say Bismarck.
Yes, you are right.
I still got it, people. It's been 30 years, but I still got it. Bismarck has a bronze memorial to pioneer families. Okay. So you get the hang of it. What is this state's name? Well, that would be Virginia.
Yes, you
I'm right again. Now, what is the capital of Virginia? What is the capital? I'm going to go with Richmond.
Yes.
All right, so I still got it, people. All right, so we'll try another one. That's State to State. Oh, I can get the freaking thing out. Amazing Mazes, which is a brain teaser. Now we're talking. 1989. This was a year in, people. Where's my voices?
Please select an activity.
Rotating mazes. That sounds fun.
2. Please select a game.
Haunted house, of course.
2. Please select a level.
Better do one.
1. Please select a mode. 1.
Don't want to get too complicated. Help Socrates find the jewelry by rotating the maze blocks. So Socrates is the name of the little robot guy. Number of turns. Key for opening the door. Okay. Oh, come on. How do you... Oh, so when I'm doing it, it's rotating it. So now I can go to the right, maybe? No. No. What? Not too sure about this one, people. Might need the manual for that one. But you get the gist of it. So, let's see if we can get the touchpad thing to work, see what that was all about. We got to do a thorough review of this, people. Numbers, shapes, and letters. So I think you don't need that pad for that one. I think you need this pad for that one. And I'm making the signal really easy. If it can't get from there to there. Oh, here he comes. Man, if you were a little kid in 1988, this was probably cool as hell. Learning to draw and write. Now, you'd have to be little. If you were 4 or 5, it's right up your alley. Okay, so over, see it's saying press a shape to do things. So we're going to do fun with numbers, which would be the circle. Oh, I don't have it on. There's a power switch. On. Alright, let's try it again. Fun with numbers. Yeah, it all works. It's pretty good. Speak to us, Socrates. How many trees are there?
How many trees are there?
I believe there's 10. So I want to hit the circle. Is that right? No. Maybe I can just draw a 10? Is that how that works? No. Well, it's not the star, and it's not the square, and it's not the triangle. It's like a, I guess it's the oval. Yes, I am right. So there you go, folks. You get the point.
You are right.
It's a pretty complex system. It looks like it's got a lot going on for it, really. So we get the menu.
How many apples are there?
Menu. Yeah, it's kind of got a lot going on for it, and it's kind of neat how you just add the talking thing in, and it makes it do its thing. I think this thing was like $130 when it was new. And then, I don't know how much all the extra stuff would be. I don't know how much the touchpad would be extra, but it looks like it came as a separate thing, you know? But pretty cool. So there you have it. That is VTech's Socrates educational video system. Now, what happened to VTech? Do you think VTech went out of business on this? Heck no, they didn't go out of business on this. They actually did really well. Now, this one didn't sell all that well, but guess what they did? They started making cordless phones. So if you ever bought a cordless phone back in the day, it was probably a VTech cordless phone. They were real popular, and they made a fortune off of them. So not only did they do that, they kept making kids games. So there's another system. We'll probably find one of these. I think we've got one in the back or something. We'll probably pop one of these out one day and review it. These are like a lot newer games for a lot newer system. They kept making these things, and they still make them. So look, and then we've got this one. This is some kind of little smaller system. They're all by VTech. And then, you know, their competition was Leapster. So there's this whole market of these systems for really young children, you know, ages 8 and up for the state-to-state one. Some of the other ones, like the maze one, say 5 and up. So it's for young kids that don't have a Xbox or a PS4 or 5 yet. The 5 will be out soon, people. So there's this whole market for little kids because you can get them this, and you know there's no cussing and no fighting, and everything's educational. Now the kids they'll like it for a little while whenever they're really young, but once they get a little older, they want the good stuff, people. But VTech, I think, makes a ton of money off of this kind of stuff still to this day. So this one came out in '88 and is the 30-year-old model, and I don't think it really sold all that well. I don't think it was a big hit back in the day, even though, as you can see, it was kind of a powerful little system for what it did. And I like how the cartridges are big so a kid can use them, and they look like little computer discs, so they're kind of learning how computers work. And I like how it's basically you can do everything with the main system. You don't need all the attachments, but if you do have one, they're real easy to work. Just put batteries in them. And then another thing, as you can see, the thing's all faded, so it's an old one. But everything on it works fine. It still works great. Whenever we got it, it was pretty filthy. But we cleaned it up a little bit, put some batteries in it. Bam! The thing still works just fine. So really, what can you say? Their quality was pretty high, which is probably why they charged $130 for it in 1988, 30 years ago. But there you go. If you had one of these back in the day and there was a good little kids game for it, let us know about it, because we don't really have one here. All of these are kind of meh. Let us know about it below. Leave your comments below. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to break this thing out, put batteries in it, clean it, show you what it's all about, film a little video so y'all can remember what it was like when you were 5 if you had one of these. So make sure to give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and subscribe to us. We do videos like this all the time. We will see you on the next video.